right or wrong. We're going to get this thing started today. First of all, we have a couple things up for you guys today. Number one thing is, so college football starts this week. And we got the solar eclipse. Let my kids stay home today. Don't really know how great of an idea that was. The Secret Service is broke and you are in danger. And Magic Johnson is being accused of tampering by the Indiana Pacers. So we're going to start, first of all, with the thing that I love the most in this whole wide world, which is college football. Yes, I love basketball, I love baseball, I love all these other sports. However, the number one thing that I love the most is college football. Let me share the feed on Twitter, and we are ready to go. Okay. So college football. So the season starting this weekend. The AP poll came out today. The top 25. They're saying, oh, this, that, who's the best team in the country? And I am excited. I can't tell you how excited I am. It's funny because until you go, those 6-7 months without football, you don't realize how much you really love football and how much this country loves football. So we start out this weekend. The biggest game of the whole damn weekend is Oregon State versus Colorado on Saturday. But we are all looking forward to that week one matchup. The week one matchup, Florida State, Alabama. That's going to be a great game. Everybody's excited about that. But there is a game that does feature two of the most overrated teams this year. The two most overrated teams this year are Michigan, number 3 on the list. And you have Florida, who's 2 or 3 on the list as well. And you have Washington. Michigan is one of the most overrated teams in the country. They don't have a quarterback. Florida doesn't have a quarterback. They are literally playing this quote-unquote old school smash mouth football. It's going to be like a 13-10 game, and everybody's going to be all excited. Oh, this is great defense. This is great defense. Isn't this great football? No, it's not. Florida couldn't score last year. They were like in the top 110 in offense. They can't score. That's not good football. I know that the SEC people love it. They're like, oh, we're playing great defense. No, your quarterbacks suck. That's the thing about your quarterbacks suck. And when you look at Michigan, they're only returning 5 starters. Like, how on earth can you possibly tell me that you think a team that is only returning 5 starters is going to be a national championship caliber team? That's why I got Penn State winning the Big Ten. It doesn't make sense to me how people can possibly fathom that this makes sense to you. That this makes sense that Penn State, who won the Big Ten last year, returns Saquon Barkley, who's probably the nation's best running back. They returned their quarterback, McSorley, who's literally like Johnny Manziel running all over the place. It doesn't make sense to me how you have Michigan picked ahead of them, how Michigan can be even possibly looked at as an equal to this team, or even Ohio State even better. I know their schedule's a little more favorable, but still, stop it. And how long are we going to believe that Alabama is going to stay at the top, at the creme de la creme of where they are? I mean, I get that Nick Saban's the man. I get all that. But I got Florida State in the game to begin the season, and not in an upset. It is not an upset. It's actually Florida State's a better team. Jalen Hurts, decent quarterback. But the thing that's going to hurt them is that they do not have Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin was completely underrated. And Alabama fans will grow to love Lane Kiffin. They will miss Lane Kiffin because he's a great offensive play caller. May not be a great person, might not be a great head coach, might not be any of these things, but he's a great play caller. Alabama's going to miss him. I just don't see them being able to not repeat, but even get back to the national championship game under these circumstances. I just don't. Of course, they're going to win the SEC. SEC's weak. SEC is not an impressive conference right now besides Alabama. Average at best. Next up, though, is the solar eclipse. So everybody's out here burning their eyes up, trying not to burn their eyes. And I feel like I got conned today because my kids, my oldest son, who's 11, he planted a seed. He planted a seed in my mind on Friday. No, I didn't play for the Saints. I played for the Jaguars and the Giants. He planted a seed in my mind on Friday. Hey, Dad, you know, the kids aren't really going to be doing anything at school on Monday during the Eclipse time, 9 to 12. They sent a paper home. We're just going to be watching it streaming. Why don't we watch it at home? Didn't really pay too much attention to him. Hit me again yesterday. I'm like, okay, cool, son. So this morning, he calls me when it's time for him to get up. He calls me from upstairs. Hey, Dad, what's going on today? I'm like, Dad, really? Okay, you know what? You can stay home. Okay, Dad, did you get some glasses? I'm like, oh, damn, man, come on. So I venture out this morning trying to find some solar glasses, trying to be a good dad, trying to find some solar glasses. Can't find any solar glasses anyway. So then you know what? Next time, do you know what I do? Come home and make some. Make them out of the cereal boxes. We had a little craft project this morning. But here's where I feel like I got conned. Is because, yes, the solar eclipse is a big deal. We watched it streaming. It was fun, all that. But my boys could have took their bus to school today. They really could have. Like, I feel like I got conned as a parent. And as a parent, sometimes these situations happen where you do get conned. And I got conned today. That wasn't the move. If I had to do it all over again, I'd have sent their little bus to school today. They could have watched it streaming. Even though I did enjoy doing the little cardboard cutout with them and all that. Next thing up, the Secret Service is broke. And you are in danger. I know that sounds like a bit of an overreach or an overstatement. Yes, I played in the NFL. Sounds like a bit of an overreach and a big overstatement saying that your life is in danger, right? Because the Secret Service is broke. They are literally trying to find ways to, they're giving up so much overtime. They're not paying the guys. And the way I look at it is this, and part of it is because of Trump's travel schedule. He's got 41 people who he is, 42 people who are under Secret Service protection. Obama had 31. He's traveling every weekend. They have to keep advanced scouts in all the locations and all that. But here's why it matters to you. Regardless of whether you care about President Trump or not, regardless of whether you like his politics, here's why it affects you, my friend, is because if the Secret Service is understaffed, if they aren't being rested enough, if they are not being paid enough, that means they are bad employees. Because if you work at a company and anybody is underpaid and overworked and don't get enough rest, what happens? Productivity goes down. Productivity goes down. When Trump comes to your city, guess what happens? That makes you and your kids, your mama, your family, your auntie, your uncles, that makes everybody else less safe. So that's the first reason why you should care about the Secret Service being underfunded. I tweeted out the link from USA Today on my Twitter. So if you want to read about it, it's on there at George Reister. You should care about this. That's the first reason, is your own personal safety. That's why you should care about it. The second reason why you should care about it is if something happens to President Trump, I know there's a lot of people that want him to die, want him to get impeached, all of these things. But if something actually physically happens to him, if he dies, if he got killed, anything, it is going to send the country into a tailspin because it destabilizes the government, all of these things, which then comes back to the most important thing, which affects you and affects me. And at the end of the day, we care about others and all that, but we got to take care of home first. Got to take care of my kids, got to take care of my family. So that's the second reason why you should care about it, is because the government then would not be as stable as it needs to be and protect you in that way. The third reason is literally out of human decency. It is not fair or right under any circumstance for anybody to be working major overtime hours and not getting paid. They're talking about 1,000 agents have already exceeded their overtime limits because there's a federal budget for how much they can spend on protecting the president and Secret Service for the entire year. The year's not up and the budget's gone. The budget's gone. These people are working extra hours. And nobody is getting paid at this point in time. Yes, that was me hurtling over them. So nobody's getting paid. Productivity goes down. So that's the human decency thing. Because it's not right. It's not right. So the question is, how do you solve this, right? How do you solve this problem of the Secret Service not being paid? There's so many overtime hours, all this. And you might wonder, okay, have they gone over budget before? Yes. Last year they went over budget because they had to protect President Obama, had to protect Trump, and had to protect Hillary Clinton and some of the other candidates at times as well. So yes, they went over budget last year. So how do you fix this, right? Because we're living in a time and a day and age in the government where we're saying, oh, we need to trim the fat. We need to do this. Yeah, maybe we need to start at the top. Or we need to find some sort of happy medium because you can't chain people to a place. You can't chain the president to Washington, D.C. You can't chain his family members and all this. However, you can direct some parameters on how this money is being spent. Because that's what we do in the big government. We earmark how stuff can be spent. Yes, there's state laws. Yes, there's federal laws. But we like to micromanage how these things are done. And that's what needs to be done. Because at the point in time that you start putting my family in danger, now we got a problem. Forget the statues. Forget all that. Even though these things are very important, we're just talking about this right now. At the point in time where these people are not being taken care of, could create a problem. You said lock him in the basement and slip him food under the door. That might actually make a lot of people happy because a lot of people say, it seems like you're vacationing a lot. Maybe there might be more work getting done. You never know. But he did tweet out and say he was hard at work today. You can tweet anything though. Last up on the agenda is the Indiana Pacers, Magic Johnson. So the NBA has filed a complaint. They're doing an investigation because of a complaint by the Indiana Pacers saying that the Lakers and Magic Johnson have tampered with Paul George. Because rumor is that, yes, he's in Oklahoma City because they traded him there, but that he wants to join the Lakers. I think I've heard this story before. This reminds me, for Lakers fans, when Chris Paul was going to come to the Lakers, and guess who got in the way? It wasn't the Pelicans in New Orleans who stopped the trade, because remember, they let the trade go through. You know who it was? It was meddling ass Dan Gilbert. And guess who's going to get in the way this time? Who's going to try his damnedest to get in the way of the Lakers getting Paul George? Dan Gilbert again. What does Dan Gilbert have to do with this? Question is, what the hell did Dan Gilbert have to do with it last time? Nothing. But this time he's got a stake in the game. LeBron James. Because rumor is Paul George goes to L.A. Guess who else the Lakers can afford? The man who said his home was in L.A., LeBron James. So then you get Paul George and LeBron. But if Paul George doesn't come to L.A., if he's blocked from coming to L.A., LeBron might not want to come. See, you have to see the writing on the wall. Like they're trying to play chess right now. This is a chess piece move. There's been no public speculation about Dan Gilbert getting involved. But if you know this man from his history, oh yeah, you know he's called up Adam Silver because he can't call up the old commissioner who he got to veto the trade. He's gonna call up Adam Silver. Hey yo, Adam, man. Hey yo, what do you think about this tampering thing? Oh man, Man, it does suck. I mean, I would hate for the rules of the NBA to be circumvented and violated. You know, we are a league of rules. Like, we can't just have that. I mean, imagine how unfair that is to the Pacers. That must suck. I would look into that if I were you, because if that were my team, I'd be so upset. And the fans of Indiana, they deserve better. They deserve a superstar, right? But that's not what happened. That's not why Paul George wants to leave Indiana. Well, wanted to leave Indiana. Because he knew he couldn't win a championship and get other free agents to come with him. And at the point in time that he didn't make the All-NBA team, that disqualified him from getting that Supermax deal. Same thing with Gordon Hayward in Utah. They didn't make an All-NBA team, so you know what that means? They couldn't qualify for the Supermax, that Steph Curry $210 million, $205 million deal. So they said, peace out, homeboy. We out of here. We're not doing that. That's why Paul George wanted out. But Dan Gilbert, I know him. He's a snake, one of the worst owners in sports. He's coming. He's working in the woodworks, I'm telling you, because he is going to, if he knows that he can't keep LeBron James, what's the next best thing that you can do? Because remember, he's done this before. He wrote the letter bashing LeBron James when he went down to Miami. So what do you think he's going to do now when he gets more sour grapes? He's going back on. He does the same thing Trump does. Does something that you don't like, attack him. So he's going to go on attack mode. His attack is going to be at Magic Johnson, the Lakers, Paul George, but it's really going to be at LeBron James, trying to sabotage his desire to get in a championship situation elsewhere. It will happen. You can mark my words. Doesn't matter whether it's today, tomorrow, next week. Dan Gilbert will be trying to sabotage LeBron James. Promise you that. Thank you guys for joining me today on Right or Wrong, Unafraid. Please like the feed, share the feed, send your little hearts out, do everything. Appreciate your time and energy. We will get back with you tomorrow. Oh, but okay. I'll answer this before I get up out of here. What's up with Oregon? Does the canceled scrimmage concern you? No. No, it actually puts you in a better position. It actually, looks better. Because if you cancel a scrimmage, that means you maybe didn't need a scrimmage. If you don't need the scrimmage, that means that your coaches think that you are in a good spot. Good spot means you got a really good chance to win. All right. Peace out, guys. See you guys later. If I can get up out of here, I got a new thing, so,